Today, we're going to take a look at some overreaction versus reality. We're going to look at a few different questions, and I'm going to determine if that's an overreaction or a reality this year in the NFL. So first up is that the Detroit Lions will miss the playoffs this year, and I think that's a major overreaction. I think the Lions are going to win that NFC North this year. They're going to get back to the ways of how it was the last few years. Before last year's a little bit of a step back, still a 9-win football team, still one of the best offenses in the NFL. Just a little inept at times on both ends of the ball. A lot of injuries on the defensive side, but they're going to get back healthy, and they're going to be one of, if not the best team in the NFC this year. I think the Lions are definitely going to make the playoffs. I think that's a major overreaction. The next is Joe Burrow will win the MVP this year. I also think that that is an overreaction. I think that Joe Burrow, that one is tough. I could go either way on that. I think Joe Burrow is going to be in the top 3 at the end of the year. I think that with T. Higgins and Ja'Marr Chase and Chase Brown, they're going to be a very good offense. Joe Burrow is an elite talent, obviously, and I think this year he's going to be a top 3 in the MVP. I just don't think he's going to win it. The next question is, will Fernando Mendoza not get the start week 1 for the Las Vegas Raiders? And I think that that is definitely reality. I don't think that you bring in Kirk Cousins to just give Fernando Mendoza the job week 1. And I really just don't think that they need to. There's not a real good shot that they're going to be a great football team this year. They're probably not going to win the AFC West. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. So what's the rush in starting Mendoza week 1? I think you let him sit for a little bit, and maybe coming out of the bye, maybe you make the switch at that point. But I think Kirk Cousins gets that start in week 1 and maybe for the whole year. Who knows? The only way that I don't see that happening is they get to training camp and Kirk Cousins just shows that he has nothing left and just can't make those deep throws, can't make those intermediate throws, and Mendoza is just lighting it up all over the field. That's the only way that I see Mendoza getting that start in week 1 or really in the first 4 or 5 weeks. I do think Mendoza is going to be a great NFL talent. I think he's probably going to get the start coming out of the bye, but at the start of the year, definitely not going to get the start. Will Jahmyr Gibbs lead the league in MVP voting? And I think that that is an overreaction. I think just like Joe Burrow, there's a good chance that Gibbs could be top 3. We see David Montgomery move over to Houston, and now Gibbs has that whole backfield to himself in what should be one of the league's best offenses. I would be shocked if Gibbs does not break some records this year. I think he's going to be just out of this world. He's going to get every opportunity in the world. He's going to get the goal line carries. He's going to get the receiving work. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to light the league on fire this year. And I don't think it's going to be particularly close between him and the next running back. Gibbs is going to have a phenomenal year. With that being said, I still don't think that he wins the MVP. I think that that is predominantly just a quarterback an award at this point. And I mean, if he does win it, he's going to have just ungodly numbers because I already think that he's going to have ungodly numbers. But for him to get to that next level to win MVP over a quarterback, they'd have to just be absurd numbers. The 5th and final statement is that the AFC West will have 3 playoff teams this year. I think that that's an overreaction. I want to say that they will. I obviously, with this Chiefs flag over my shoulder, I want to see the Chiefs as one of those teams that makes it in. I think that they will be, but I don't think that they'll have 3. I think that the Chargers and the Chiefs will probably be the only ones that make it. The Broncos' schedule scares me. If you look into the stats a little bit more about Denver last year, it's easy to see where they could slip up this year playing that first place schedule. So I think the Broncos miss the playoffs. I think the Raiders miss the playoffs. And I think the Chiefs and the Chargers get in. So only 2 from the AFC West. But what do you guys think on all these questions? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think that Burrow or Gibbs will win the MVP? Do you think the AFC West will have 3 teams? Do you think that Mendoza will start week 1 for Las Vegas? Let me know your answers to all these questions down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.